Yep.
Larissa, looks like you're ready to go.
Just shout out your answer. How old do you think a girl should have to be before she's allowed to travel internationally without any family members or parents?
12, 16.
Elite gymnasts who are age eligible for the Olympic Games and other international competitions do this all the time. My name is Larissa P. I was a childhood gymnast and I've been a coach for 7 years. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Olympic age eligibility rule for women's gymnastics. I will discuss how the rule works, the changes it has undergone and why, and the effects that these changes have had on the sport of gymnastics. According to the 2014-2015 Rules and Policies Manual from USA Gymnastics, the age of an elite athlete is determined as of December 31st in the year of the culminating meet for her level. What this means is that the age a gymnast is on December 31st of any given year is the age that she's considered for the entire previous year, regardless of when her birthday actually falls. This is Dominique Moceanu. She competed in the 1996 Olympic Games at 14 years old, even though the age minimum for that Olympic Games was 15. She was allowed to compete because her birthday was in September, 1 month after the Olympics, and therefore she turned 15 before the calendar year was over. According to Eagleman and Rodenberg in their 2011 article about age rules in the University of Baltimore Law Review, in 1981, the minimum age for Olympic gymnastics was increased from 14 to 15. And according to Nancy R. Moore in her USA Today article just last month, the age was increased again in 1997 to 16 years old, but there was a loophole. If a gymnast was going to be old enough for the Olympic Games but not old enough for the World Championships 1 year prior to the Olympics, she would be allowed to compete regardless of not being old enough. This loophole was closed in 2008. The reason for the changes in the rule were growth concerns for the gymnasts. This chart from the CDC shows that the average height for a 14-year-old girl is roughly around 5'2". But Dominique Moceanu in 1996, when she was almost 15, was only 4'8". And you can see that there are significant developmental differences between Dominique and her next youngest teammate, 16-year-old J.C. Phelps. These changes have had several effects on the sport. There are major physical differences in the capabilities of a 14-year-old gymnast like Dominique Moceanu. This is during the Olympic Games in 1996. And 18-year-old gymnast Simone Biles, this is from last week at World Championships. That was Simone's least difficult pass compared to Dominique's most difficult pass. Another effect is that gymnasts miss out on opportunities. This is Jasmine Faubourg and Lori Hernandez. They're currently the top 2 junior gymnasts in the country, and while they are both eligible to compete next summer at the Olympic Games, neither of them were eligible to compete in the World Championships last week. And they missed valuable experience that would have helped them gain a spot on the Olympic team. A final issue with the age rule is that some countries have actually cheated. There's been several cases, but the most prominent is in 2000, when China was stripped of their bronze medal after having several underage gymnasts on the team. In 2008, the ages of their gymnasts were called into question again, but this time they were not found of doing anything wrong. I talked to you today about the Olympic age eligibility rule for women's gymnastics, and just to make sure you were listening, how old does a gymnast have to be to compete in the Olympic Games?
15.
15 as long as they're turning 16. I talked about how the rule works, the changes it has undergone and why, and the effects these changes have had on the sport. The Olympic age rule is relevant information to anyone who watches gymnastics on television because it shows not only how difficult the sport is, but it gives you perspective into how many gymnasts have missed their chance to compete on that team because they were born just a little too late. Thank you.